Now joining us live is ANN7 reporter Natasha Piri from Mangaung in the Free State. Very good afternoon to you, Natasha. We touch base with you once again. We spoke to you a few minutes ago. Just take us through the altercations between the pro-Zuma and the anti-Zuma factions and the protests that we saw leading up to the May Day rally speech that the president was supposed to give.
Well, very good afternoon to you, Audrey and Sylvia at home. Indeed, it has been quite an eventful day here in Bloemfontein at the Loch Logan Park. And we saw that the program, the May Day program, had to be cancelled, unfortunately, due to the scenes that we saw earlier on of disgruntled members. These are affiliates of COSATU, as you saw that some NUM members, some NAHAU members as well, were just busy jeering President Jacob Zuma, some chanting and some calling him to step down. But I'm actually joined by the Young Lions here in the Free State. We'll be talking to Mohale, who's the chairman of the ANC Youth League. I mean, are they disgruntled? Are they not? The ANC has been sharing the same sentiments, questioning who these people are who actually caused disruptions. Mohale, thank you so much for joining us on ANN7. I mean, quite a sad moment, as you had described earlier on, what you saw.
Yeah, it's quite disappointing, especially for the unity of the movement. We have long said it, even yesterday, that the immaturity of national leaders of COSATU and SACP is worrisome. And today it has exactly proven it, because those people, they were told, they have heard their leaders on a number of times that they say President Zuma must step off. And the people are following exactly that. They can't come today and behave as if they don't know what is happening. They have long said it. They've mobilized them and told them that there's everything wrong with the president. And now it embarrasses the whole Congress movement. But what we appreciate is that, fortunately in the Free State, we're still united. They even, out of their desperation, having to go and rent a group of hooligans from outside the Free State to come and do this thing here, because they knew very well that they would not stand a chance. So we were quite disappointed, because ours is not about who must be the winner. It's all about the unity, and at the end of the day, that people could still see the ANC as a leader of the alliance.
Sorry to cut you in there. You just said that you're of the view that this crowd that actually disrupted proceedings today was a rented crowd.
No, definitely. We know for a fact that some of them were bussed as far as Kimberley to come here.
But Mohale, is there any proof of this?
Yes, we'll prove. We had our own visuals which were taken. So at the right time, we'll be showing that this person and that one, they are not from actually the Free State branches of NUM. They're actually from the Kimberley one.
And I mean, is it not worrying? Is it not embarrassing? Is this the time for you guys to actually go back to the drawing board as the alliance to just somewhat find a way forward to move past this?
The issue is simple here. We have called on the leadership to behave accordingly as leaders, because you can't, as a leader, you become a political pop idol. You stand there because you see cameras, you call for Zuma to step down, while you know what you are doing is wrong, because it is unprecedented in the history of the alliance that you will have people, when they have differences, go and parade themselves for attention, while they know very well that there's always a boardroom where issues are raised. There have been alliance summits, there are alliance secretariat meetings. There's that platform in the whole alliance where issues are dealt with, agreeing or disagreeing. But these new tendencies of SACP and COSATU to parade themselves, I mean, it's so unfortunate. It's disingenuous, and it shows that politics in other leaders is gone, because you can't do something that will harm the unity of the alliance. Because we will never say that the alliance must break. We can't do that. There are politics, there is a rich history, and there were good reasons, and there still are, why do we have the alliance of the ANC, COSATU and SACP. You just have some few leaders whom you know that they still need to be mature enough, they still need to understand the politics better, because that alliance was a very formidable force in assisting the people of South Africa to have democracy. It's not about these few individuals. That is why we are saying we call on the leaders. We are not saying there's anything wrong with the alliance. Those leaders, they must stop this anarchy that they are doing. They are not pop stars, they must lead.
And then, I mean, as the leader of young people, what are the sentiments on the ground? How are young people feeling? Because, I mean, young people came from far, I mean, from all and sundry to actually hear their leaders addressing them. I mean, how are you guys feeling right now?
Yeah, we're disappointed because we know that the leaders that would have spoken here, particularly the president, he would have brought the message of hope. You know, on May Day is the day of the workers. There are many of young people that are still oppressed. Some under the modern day slavery called labor brokers. Some are not even having any jobs. You know, some that are still facing many challenges. Their rights as workers, young as they are still abused. And people came here with the hope to hear how the ANC, particularly the president, is going to respond to it. And they have robbed them of that opportunity to really be motivated by the president, because their unity is also important. And we believe that, we know as a matter of fact, that after every address of the president, there's always hope, because we know that he's working very hard to ensure that all of the ailments in the society, in the community, are dealt with. So it's quite unfortunate that they had to be robbed of that opportunity just because of narrow selfish interest of other people who just hate the president.
I don't know if you'll allow me to actually interview other members of the ANC Youth League within the province to actually gauge their feelings and how they're feeling. The young gentleman over here, I mean, how are you feeling? You were robbed of the opportunity, as Mohali had said, to hear your leaders actually addressing the workers, you guys commemorating and celebrating Workers' Day out here at Logan Park.
We are very disappointed, like the chair stated, that we have been robbed an opportunity to listen to our president, because we believe in President Jacob Zuma. Since he came into office, we have seen changes have done to the economy of the country, educational-wise, infrastructure-wise, health-wise. So we are disappointed, but we'll go back to the drawing board. And on the ground, these people are nowhere on the ground. When we go to Congress, they won't be there. We are all behind Jacob Zuma as active members of the ANC Youth League in good standing. We fully support him to finish his term. Yes.
And your message to the alliance leaders, seeing that the alliance has somewhat strained relationships?
Stop whatever you are doing. It's wrong. It's dividing the ANC. It's weakening the ANC. It's not doing anyone a favor, by the way. If you think you are doing this to the president, he's the president of the country. You are destroying the very same ANC you claim you love. So stop it, or otherwise, if push comes to come, we'll meet anarchy with anarchy. Thank you very much.
Well, Audrey, you've heard it there. Meet anarchy with anarchy. Any other takers that probably want to say something to us quickly? How do you feel?
No, we feel very much disappointed. It's in fact a disgrace, an unprecedented act by those we thought that they are intellectually and ideologically relevant, but they have today shown that they are in fact anti-revolutionaries through their acts and deeds, because this was a planned act. It was not something that just came out of nowhere. Yes. So, but as the ANC Youth League, as young people of the Free State, were in support of President Zuma. President Zuma was elected in Mangaung by more than 5,000 delegates of the ANC. President Zuma was elected as the president in 2014, more than 15 million South Africans. So if anyone wants to contest the ANC, because by virtue of being against the president is the political head of the ANC. The ANC is the leader of the alliance. So if you're against the president, you're against the ANC. We have seen some leaders of the alliance addressing anti-revolutionary gatherings such as Save South Africa. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Audrey and the viewers, you've heard it there from the Young Lions in the Free State saying that what actually happened today was totally uncalled for. And they believe, like Mohali has said, that this was a rented crowd, and they say that they have proof, and in time they indeed will prove that this was a rented crowd that actually disrupted the proceedings of the day. From me and the Free State team, it's a wrap from us. Back to you in studio, Audrey.
Well, thank you for that update there, Natasha. Mixed reactions indeed coming from the different alliance members, those that wanted President Jacob Zuma to address them, and those that didn't want. Allegations that most of them were actually disruptors who were bussed in from Kimberley. Well, keep an ear on the ground for that story as it develops. In other stories, though,